Welcome back to our big coins dealer, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today, we're diving into an exciting topic that could have you searching through your pocket change immediately. Imagine owning a coin that looks just like an ordinary penny but is worth up to $2 million. Yes, you heard that right. We're talking about the 2009 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, a coin that could be hiding in plain sight in your change jar. In this video, we'll explore why this penny is so valuable, what makes it unique, and how you can identify one of these rare treasures. So stay tuned, because you don't want to miss this. First, let's take a quick trip back in time to understand the history behind the 2009 Lincoln penny. The year 2009 marked the bicentennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth and the 100th anniversary of the Lincoln cent. To celebrate these milestones, the United States Mint released 4 different reverse designs on the penny throughout the year. These designs represented different phases of Lincoln's life: his birth and early childhood in Kentucky, his formative years in Indiana, his professional life in Illinois, and his presidency in Washington, D.C. But what really sets the 2009 Lincoln penny apart is not just the unique reverse designs, but the rare variety that lacks a mint mark. Most of the 2009 pennies were produced at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, indicated by a P or D mint mark. However, a small number of these coins were minted without any mint mark, making them extremely rare and highly sought after by collectors. Now you might be wondering, what makes this 2009 no mint mark Lincoln penny worth up to $2 million? There are several factors that contribute to its value. First and foremost, rarity is a key factor. The 2009 no-mint mark pennies are considered extremely rare due to a minting error or a very limited special release. Coins without a mint mark were either mistakenly released into circulation or were part of a special set that never made it to the public as intended. This makes these coins highly desirable among collectors. Another reason for its high value is the condition of the coin. If you happen to find a 2009 Lincoln penny without a mint mark in pristine, uncirculated condition, its value could skyrocket. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for coins that have been well preserved over the years. Coins that are graded in mint state 67 or higher by professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC are the most valuable. Additionally, the unique designs of the 2009 penny series add to the collectability of these coins. Since these pennies were only produced for 1 year, each of the 4 designs has a special appeal. But the no-mint mark variety is even rarer and more valuable due to its unexpected scarcity. So, how can you identify this valuable penny among the loose change in your pocket? It's actually quite simple, but you need to pay attention to a few important details. First, check the date on the front side of the coin, also known as the obverse. The coin should clearly show the year 2009. Next, flip the coin over to inspect the reverse side. As we mentioned earlier, there are 4 different designs for the 2009 penny series, so you might see any one of them: the log cabin, Lincoln reading a book, Lincoln standing in front of the Illinois State Capitol, or the unfinished U.S. Capitol dome. Now, here's the most crucial part. Look closely at the space below the year on the obverse side of the coin. This is where you would typically find a mint mark. If there is no P or D present, congratulations! You may have a 2009 no-mint mark Lincoln penny on your hands. It's important to note that some coins may appear to have no mint mark simply due to wear and tear, so if you think you found one, consider getting it professionally authenticated and graded to confirm its rarity and value. Just how much can a 2009 no-mint mark Lincoln penny be worth? As of today, these coins have been reported to fetch up to $2 million at auctions, especially if they are in top-notch condition. However, the actual value can vary depending on factors like the coin's grade, rarity, and demand among collectors. For example, if your 2009 no-mint mark penny is in average circulated condition, it might still be worth significantly more than its face value, possibly ranging from a few hundred to a few $1,000s. But if it's in mint state, graded MS 67 or higher, that's where you could see it reach the $1 million mark. Rare coins like these are often sold at high-end auctions, and prices can soar when multiple collectors are vying for the same rare piece. The excitement and competition drive the prices up, sometimes to staggering amounts. Before we wrap up, here are some quick tips if you're a coin collector or just getting started in the hobby. First, always inspect your coins carefully. You never know what hidden treasures might be lurking in your pocket change. Second, consider investing in a magnifying glass or a coin loupe to help you spot those tiny details like missing mint marks or unique design elements. If you think you've found a valuable coin, it's wise to get it professionally graded. A certified grading can significantly increase the value of your coin if it turns out to be rare or in exceptional condition. Finally, keep an eye on coin auctions and collector forums to stay updated on the latest trends and prices in the market. The world of coin collecting is always evolving, and being informed can help you make the most of your discoveries. And there you have it, folks. The 2009 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is a hidden gem that could be worth up to $2 million, hiding in plain sight. Imagine turning a simple penny into a life-changing sum of money. So, the next time you receive change, take a closer look, you just might strike it rich. Welcome back to our Big Coins dealer, coin enthusiasts. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of Lincoln pennies, specifically the 1995 mint mark Lincoln penny that could be hiding in your pocket change, potentially worth up to $1 million. That's right, this seemingly ordinary penny might just be a treasure in disguise. If you're curious about what makes this particular coin so valuable, how to identify it, and what you should look out for, then stick around. You won't want to miss this. Let's start with a bit of history. The Lincoln penny, also known as the Lincoln cent, was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. This coin has since become a staple of American currency, beloved by collectors and everyday people alike. In 1995, the Denver Mint produced millions of Lincoln pennies, marked with a small d just below the date. But not all 1995 pennies are created equal. Some of them have unique characteristics that make them incredibly valuable. You might be wondering, what exactly makes the 1995 penny worth up to $1 million? Well, it all comes down to rare minting errors and high-grade conditions. One of the most sought-after errors is the double die obverse, where the details on the front side of the coin appear to be doubled. This doubling effect is most noticeable on inscriptions like Liberty and In God We Trust. If you happen to find a 1995 penny with this error, you could be sitting on a small fortune. But that's not all. Even if your coin doesn't have the doubling error, it could still be valuable if it's in exceptional condition. Coins that are graded at the highest levels, like MS-68 or MS-69, are highly prized by collectors. The highest grades mean that the penny is in near-perfect condition, with no scratches, blemishes, or signs of wear. Only a few coins are ever found in such pristine condition, which is why they're worth so much. So, how can you tell if you have a valuable 1995 Lincoln penny? The first thing you need to do is check the mint mark. Look just below the year 1995 on the front of the coin for the tiny D mint mark, which indicates it was minted in Denver. Once you've confirmed that, use a magnifying glass to inspect the inscriptions, especially the words Liberty and In God We Trust. If you notice any doubling of the letters, you could be in luck. Next, check the overall condition of the coin. If it looks nearly brand new with a sharp, clear strike, you might have a high-grade specimen. In that case, consider getting your coin professionally graded by a reputable service like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. A professional grading can dramatically increase the value of your coin if it's deemed to be in near-perfect condition. You might be wondering if anyone has actually made money from these pennies. The answer is yes. In fact, some of the highest graded 1995 Lincoln pennies have fetched incredible sums at auction. Coins in top condition, especially those with the double die error, have been known to sell for tens of thousands to even $1 million. This is due to their rarity, demand among collectors, and the historical significance of the Lincoln penny series. One famous example was a 1995 Lincoln penny graded MS-68 by PCGS that sold for a record-breaking price at auction. The coin was in such exceptional condition that collectors were willing to pay top dollar to add it to their collection. Imagine finding one of these valuable coins in your spare change. It could be the jackpot you never expected. Now, you might be wondering where you can find a 1995 D Lincoln penny that could be worth so much. The good news is that you don't have to be a seasoned coin collector to start searching. These pennies can still be found in circulation, so make it a habit to check your pocket change, coin jars, and even rolls of pennies from the bank. Estate sales, flea markets, and garage sales can also be excellent places to hunt for hidden treasures. Don't forget to ask friends and family to check their spare change as well. You never know where a valuable penny might be hiding. Even if you don't find one worth $1 million, you might discover other valuable coins that could add up to a nice profit. If you're lucky enough to find a valuable 1995 D Lincoln penny, what should you do next? First, consider getting it authenticated and graded by a professional service to maximize its value. Once you have an official grade, you can decide whether to sell it at auction, through a coin dealer, or online via platforms like eBay. Remember, if you're selling a high-value coin, it's best to work with a reputable dealer or auction house to ensure you get the best price. Be cautious of scams and lowball offers, especially if you're selling online. Doing your research and knowing the true value of your coin can help you get the most out of your find. There you have it, folks, a deep dive into the world of 1995 D Lincoln pennies and what makes them so incredibly valuable. Who knew that a single penny could be worth up to $1 million? So, the next time you come across some spare change, take a closer look. You might just discover a hidden treasure. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins worth big money, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. We're exploring a coin that has collectors and enthusiasts buzzing with excitement, the 1975 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. Believe it or not, this unassuming coin could be worth as much as $1.1 million. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny with the potential to change your life. So, what makes this particular penny so special? Let's break it down. The Lincoln penny, which has been in circulation since 1909, is one of the most iconic coins in American history. But not all Lincoln pennies are created equal. Over the years, several rare variations have been discovered, making certain pennies highly sought after by collectors. One such variation is the 1975 Lincoln penny without a mint mark. Now, you might be wondering, what exactly does it mean for a penny to have no mint mark? Typically, coins minted in the United States will feature a small letter indicating where they were produced. For example, a D stands for Denver, an S for San Francisco, and a P for Philadelphia. However, pennies produced at the Philadelphia Mint usually don't have a mint mark at all, which is normal. But here's the twist. Not every 1975 penny without a mint mark was produced in Philadelphia. That's where the mystery begins. What makes the 1975 no mint mark penny so valuable is its rarity and a series of unique characteristics that set it apart from regular pennies. It's believed that a limited number of these pennies were mistakenly struck with a different die, giving them a distinct look and feel. These pennies are known for their exceptional sharpness, deeper engravings, and high-quality finish, unlike the standard pennies minted for everyday circulation. Let's take a closer look at the physical characteristics that make this penny stand out. One of the most crucial features to check is the clarity of Lincoln's profile. On the rare 1975 no mint mark penny, Lincoln's portrait is noticeably sharper and more detailed compared to the usual versions. The lettering and date on the coin are also more defined. Another telltale sign is the coin's overall shine. These rare pennies often have a slightly reflective surface, which is unusual for coins from this era. Now, how did such an error occur in the first place? Experts believe that it was likely due to a mix-up at the minting facility, where a small batch of these pennies was struck using proof dies. Proof coins are specially minted for collectors and are not intended for regular circulation. Somehow, these proof-quality pennies with no mint mark found their way into general circulation, creating a highly collectible error coin that has intrigued collectors for decades. The million-dollar question is, how can you identify if you have one of these rare pennies in your possession? First, check your change, old piggy banks, or even that forgotten jar of coins in the attic. You never know where you might find a hidden treasure. Start by examining the year. If you find a 1975 Lincoln penny, take a close look to see if there is a mint mark below the date. If there is no mint mark, you could potentially have a very valuable coin. Next, inspect the details of the coin as we discussed earlier: the sharpness of Lincoln's portrait, the clarity of the letters, and the shine of the surface. If you think you've found a 1975 no mint mark penny, it's essential to have it authenticated by a professional coin grading service. This step is crucial because it can confirm the authenticity and condition of your coin, which significantly affects its value. The highest value is given to coins in pristine, uncirculated condition, but even pennies with slight wear can fetch a substantial amount if they are indeed one of these rare finds. So, how much can this penny really be worth? The value of rare coins often depends on factors like rarity, condition, and demand among collectors. As of recent auctions, a 1975 no mint mark Lincoln penny in near perfect condition has been known to sell for up to $1.1 million. That's right, this tiny piece of copper could potentially make you a millionaire. Even coins that are not in mint condition can still fetch thousands of dollars, making it well worth the effort to check your collection. But before you rush off to search through your coins, here are a few tips to keep in mind. Make sure to handle your coins with care. Using gloves is recommended to avoid leaving fingerprints or oils on the surface. Store your coins in a protective case to prevent scratches and damage. The better the condition of your coin, the higher its value will be. If you're new to coin collecting or just want to learn more about the hobby, don't be discouraged by the seemingly small chance of finding one of these rare pennies. Collecting coins can be a fun and rewarding experience, and you never know what you might discover. Sometimes, the rarest finds are hiding in plain sight, waiting to be uncovered. To wrap things up, the 1975 no mint mark Lincoln penny is a fascinating piece of numismatic history with the potential to be worth a life-changing amount of money. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, keep an eye out for this rare gem. Your next penny could be the ticket to $1 million payday. Thank you for tuning in to our channel. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more exciting content, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. We are diving into one of the most intriguing coins out there, the 1984 no mint mark Lincoln penny, which has been known to sell for as much as $1.2 million in the market. Yes, you heard that right, a single penny worth over $1 million. So, grab your coin jars and stay tuned as we explore what makes this particular penny so valuable and how you can find one yourself. Before we get into the specifics, let's talk a bit about the history of the Lincoln penny. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Since then, it has become one of the most recognizable and widely circulated coins in the United States. While most pennies are only worth their face value, some special varieties can be worth a fortune. And that's where the 1984 no mint mark Lincoln penny comes into the spotlight. Now, you might be wondering, what exactly is a no mint mark penny? Most coins produced by the U.S. Mint have a small letter on them that indicates where they were minted. For example, pennies from Philadelphia typically have no mint mark, Denver has a D, and San Francisco has an S. But in the case of this 1984 penny, the absence of a mint mark is not what makes it special. Instead, it's a rare error that has driven its value up into the millions. This brings us to the key feature of the 1984 no mint mark Lincoln penny that makes it so valuable. The coin is famous for what collectors call the double die obverse error. For those unfamiliar with coin collecting terms, a double die error occurs when a coin is struck twice by the die, creating a doubling effect on the design. In the case of the 1984 Lincoln penny, this doubling is particularly noticeable on the words Liberty and In God We Trust. If you take a close look at the letters, you can see a clear, doubled image that makes this coin truly unique. So, how do you identify this valuable coin in your own collection? The first thing you want to do is find a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Look closely at the words Liberty on the left side of Lincoln's portrait and In God We Trust along the top of the coin. If you notice that the letters appear to have a shadow or a doubling effect, then you might just be looking at a rare 1984 double die obverse penny. It's important to inspect every detail carefully because the value of your coin depends on how clear and prominent the doubling is. Now, let's talk about the market value of this coin. Depending on its condition, a 1984 no-mint mark double-die obverse Lincoln penny can range anywhere from a few $100s to over $1 million. For a coin to reach that $1.2 million mark, it must be in pristine condition, often graded as MS67 or higher by professional coin grading services. The better the condition, the higher the value. Coins with minimal scratches, a shiny surface, and crisp details are considered top tier. Imagine stumbling upon one of these rare coins in your spare change. It's like finding a hidden treasure. But what if you already have a collection of pennies? How can you check if you own one of these valuable 1984 coins? Here are a few steps to help you out. 1. First, gather all your 1984 pennies and set aside any that appear to be in good condition. 2. Use a magnifying glass to carefully examine each coin, focusing on the words, Liberty, and In God We Trust. Look for any signs of doubling on the letters. 3. If you believe you've found a double die obverse error, consider having your coin authenticated and graded by a professional service. This step is crucial because it can significantly increase the value of your coin. 4. Once your coin is authenticated, you can list it on auction sites like eBay or work with a reputable coin dealer to sell it. With the right buyer, you could make a substantial profit. You may be wondering, why are collectors willing to pay so much for these coins? The answer lies in the rarity and historical significance of error coins. Double die pennies, especially from specific years like 1984, are highly sought after by collectors who are looking to complete their sets. Coins with unique errors are like rare artifacts that capture a moment in minting history, making them highly desirable. If you're lucky enough to find one of these pennies, it could be your ticket to a huge payday. But even if you don't, checking your coins can be a fun and rewarding hobby that may lead to other valuable discoveries. So, the next time you come across an old penny, take a moment to check for that telltale doubling on the obverse. Who knows? You might be holding a small fortune right in your hands. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more coin collecting tips and secrets. Also, let us know in the comments if you've ever found any rare or valuable coins in your change. We'd love to hear your stories. We're exploring a coin that could be worth a staggering $1.3 million, the 1969 D Mintmark Lincoln penny. Yes, you heard that right. This humble penny might just turn out to be the most valuable coin you ever come across. So if you're ready, let's jump right in. First, let's get a little background on the 1969 D Lincoln penny. This penny is part of the iconic Lincoln cent series, which has been in circulation since 1909. These coins are instantly recognizable, featuring the beloved profile of Abraham Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back, a design that was used from 1959 to 2008. The 1969 D penny was minted in Denver, hence the D Mintmark right below the date. In general, billions of pennies are minted each year, but only a select few have errors or unique features that make them incredibly valuable. So, what makes this particular penny worth such a fortune? The answer lies in a rare and special error that occurred during its production. This error is known as a double die error. For those who are not familiar, a double die error happens when the coin is struck twice by the die, which results in doubled images, letters, or numbers on the coin. In the case of the 1969 D penny, the doubling is most noticeable on the date and the inscriptions, Liberty, and In God We Trust. This doubling is what makes the coin so desirable to collectors. Now, before you rush to check your piggy bank, let's talk about how to identify this rare coin. The first thing you want to do is grab a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe because the details can be quite small. Look closely at the date. 1969. If you notice any overlapping numbers or a shadow effect, you might just have a double die penny in your hands. Pay close attention to the word Liberty. If the letters appear to have a doubled or shadowed look, that's another clue. Lastly, check the phrase, In God We Trust, for any signs of doubling. But wait, Not all 1969D pennies with unusual features are valuable. Some pennies may show signs of wear or damage that can look like doubling but are not genuine double die errors. These are often called machine doubling or strike doubling and are not worth nearly as much as true double die coins. The key difference is that real double die errors will have clear, crisp doubling, whereas machine doubling will appear flat and less defined. If you're unsure whether your coin is a real double die error, it's always a good idea to get it authenticated by a professional coin grading service. If you do find one of these rare coins, congratulations, you could be looking at a life-changing amount of money. Depending on the condition of your coin, its value can range anywhere from a few $1,000s to over $1 million. A coin in average circulated condition might still fetch a few $1,000s, but if you're lucky enough to find one in pristine, uncirculated condition, the value can skyrocket. In fact, one such coin sold at auction for a mind-blowing $1.3 million. That's right, a single penny could make you a millionaire. You might be wondering, where can you find these valuable coins? The good news is that they can turn up just about anywhere. Some people have found them in old coin jars, change from grocery stores, or even in rolls of pennies from the bank. So, the next time you get your hands on some loose change, take a few extra minutes to inspect those pennies. Who knows, you might just find a hidden treasure. Let's talk about some tips for selling your valuable 1969D double die penny if you are fortunate enough to discover one. First and foremost, you'll want to get it authenticated and graded by a reputable coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. A high grade can significantly increase the coin's value, especially if it's in near-perfect condition. Once authenticated, you can choose to sell it at an auction, which is often where these high-value coins fetch the best prices. Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers are among the top auction houses that deal in rare coins. Alternatively, you can sell through online platforms like eBay, but be sure to set a reserve price to avoid undervaluing your rare find. Before we wrap up, here are some quick tips for all you treasure hunters out there. When checking your coins, always handle them carefully, preferably with gloves, to avoid damaging the surface. Store your valuable finds in protective coin holders to keep them in top condition. And lastly, stay curious and keep learning about coin collecting. It's a fascinating hobby that could turn into a profitable investment. So, there you have it. The incredible story of the 1969D Lincoln penny that could be worth $1.3 million. Imagine finding a penny that could change your life. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our Big Coins dealer for more content on rare coins and collectibles. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. We have an exciting find for you. The 2004 Lincoln penny with no mint mark that could be worth up to $1.4 million. That's right, this simple penny could potentially change your life if you know what to look for. So, make sure to stick around as we dive into the fascinating details about this coin, what makes it so special, and how you could possibly turn just 1 cent into a small fortune. Let's start with some background on the 2004 Lincoln penny. This coin is part of the Lincoln Memorial series, which was minted from 1959 to 2008. These pennies feature the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, or heads side, with the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, or tails side. What makes the 2004 penny stand out from others is that it can be found without a mint mark. Normally, pennies minted in Philadelphia do not have a mint mark, while those minted in Denver will have a D mint mark, and San Francisco minted proofs will have an S. However, certain 2004 Lincoln pennies missing the mint mark can have extraordinary value due to their rarity and unique characteristics. You might be wondering, what's so special about a missing mint mark? The absence of a mint mark can often signify an error or rarity in the coin production process, which significantly increases its value to collectors. For the 2004 penny, it's not just any missing mint mark that catches the eye of collectors. These rare pennies may also possess certain errors like double die strikes or unique flaws, making them even more desirable. Coins with no mint mark are typically minted in Philadelphia, but in some cases, these rare 2004 pennies were produced without the mint mark due to a variety of reasons. Whether it was due to a worn-out die or a minting error, These small details can turn a seemingly ordinary penny into a highly sought-after collectible worth hundreds, thousands, or even over $1 million. Now, let's talk about what you should look for if you come across a 2004 penny. One of the main errors that collectors are searching for is known as a double die error. This means that during the minting process, the design was stamped onto the coin twice, resulting in a noticeable doubling effect. You can spot this error by looking closely at the coin under magnification, especially around the lettering, date, and Lincoln's profile. Another feature to look out for is any unusual striking patterns, such as an off-center strike, which can increase the value of the coin dramatically. Even small flaws like die cracks, cuds, or repunched mint marks can add significant value. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for these types of errors because they are so rare and unique. So, how can you tell if your 2004 Lincoln penny is one of these rare and valuable finds? First, make sure to carefully inspect your penny for any errors or unusual features. Grab a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to get a closer look at the coin. Pay special attention to the lettering, the date, and Lincoln's profile for any signs of doubling. Also, look at the edges of the coin for off-center strikes or any unusual marks. If you think you've found something special, the next step is to get it authenticated. You can take your coin to a professional coin dealer or send it to a reputable grading service like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. These experts can verify the authenticity of your coin and provide a grade, which is crucial for determining its value. Now, let's talk money. You might be wondering just how much these pennies can be worth. While a regular 2004 penny is typically only worth its face value, those with rare errors and no mint mark can fetch impressive prices at auction. In fact, one of these rare 2004 no mint mark pennies in pristine condition sold for an astonishing $1.4 million at auction. That's life-changing money for a single penny that you might find in your pocket, change jar, or coin collection. Coins that are in mint condition or show fewer signs of wear will usually sell for higher prices. So, if you come across a shiny 2004 penny with no mint mark, it could be worth taking a closer look. Even if your penny isn't in perfect condition, collectors might still pay hundreds or even thousands of dollars if it has unique errors or rare features. So, you've discovered a potentially valuable 2004 penny. What's next? If you want to sell your coin, you have a few options. You can list it on online auction sites like eBay, where collectors are always looking for rare finds. Alternatively, you can take it to a coin show or a reputable coin dealer who might be interested in purchasing it from you. If you want to maximize your profit, consider getting your coin professionally graded. A higher grade can significantly increase its value, especially if the coin is in near-perfect condition. Remember, collectors are willing to pay a premium for coins that are authenticated and graded by recognized services like PCGS or NGC. Before we wrap up, here are a few tips for aspiring collectors. Always handle your coins carefully to avoid scratches or damage, as this can affect their value. Store your valuable coins in protective cases to preserve their condition. And most importantly, always keep an eye out for rare and unusual features, even in your everyday change. You never know when you might come across a valuable coin hiding in plain sight. That's it for today's video. We hope you enjoyed learning about the 2004 Lincoln penny with no mint mark that could be worth up to $1.4 million. Who knew that a simple penny could be so valuable? If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating coin discoveries. Also, hit that notification bell so you never miss out on our latest uploads. We're diving into one of the most exciting discoveries in the world of coin collecting. If you're into rare coins or just curious about how a simple penny could be worth a fortune, then you're in the right place. We're talking about the 1982 Lincoln penny, a coin that could make you $1.5 million richer. Yes, you heard that right. Imagine finding one of these valuable coins in your pocket change. So stay tuned as we explore the history, features, and what makes this penny so valuable. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more amazing coin discoveries. Let's start by talking about the history behind this unique penny. The 1982 D Lincoln penny was produced at the Denver Mint, which is what the D Mint mark stands for. The year 1982 was a significant one for the U.S. Mint because it marked a major transition. Until this year, pennies were made primarily of copper. However, due to the rising cost of copper, the U.S. Mint decided to switch to a primarily zinc composition with only a thin copper plating. This change occurred mid-year, which led to the creation of both copper and zinc pennies in 1982. There are 7 different varieties of the 1982 penny, including large and small dates, and both copper and zinc versions. However, what we're focusing on today is the 1982 D copper large date penny. This particular version is incredibly rare, and here's why: it was not supposed to exist. The Denver Mint was only supposed to produce the zinc large date version of the penny, but a few copper versions slipped through, making them extremely rare and valuable. Now, you might be wondering, what makes this penny so valuable? The answer lies in its composition and rarity. As I mentioned earlier, the U.S. Mint switched from using copper to zinc in 1982. However, during this transition, a few 1982 D pennies were mistakenly struck using the old copper planchets, the metal discs used to make coins. This error was never intended, and only a few of these copper pennies were ever made. The 1982 D copper large date penny is like a needle in a haystack. Out of the billions of pennies minted that year, only a handful of these rare copper versions have been discovered. This rarity, combined with the demand from collectors, is what drives the value of this penny sky high. In fact, one of these rare pennies was sold at auction for over $18,000 in uncirculated condition. However, in certain exceptional conditions, these coins can fetch up to $1.5 million, especially if the coin is certified and in top-notch quality. So, how can you tell if you have one of these valuable pennies? First, you'll want to check the mint mark. Look at the lower right side of the coin, just below the date, and you'll see a small D if it's from the Denver Mint. Next, you'll need to check if it's a large date version. The easiest way to identify this is by looking at the numbers in the date. The large date version has thicker and more rounded numbers compared to the small date version. But here's the real test: determining if your penny is made of copper or zinc. The best way to do this is by weighing it. A copper penny weighs about 3.11 grams, whereas a zinc penny weighs only about 2.5 grams. If you don't have a scale, you can try the drop test. A copper penny makes a higher pitched ringing sound when dropped on a hard surface compared to a duller thud from a zinc penny. However, weighing it with an accurate scale is always the best method. If you think you have one of these rare pennies, it's essential to get it authenticated by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. These organizations can verify the authenticity and condition of your coin, which could significantly increase its value. Now, let's talk about what you should do if you think you've found a 1982 D copper large date penny. First of all, do not clean the coin, as this can drastically reduce its value. Any scratches or damage can lower its grade and consequently its market value. Place it in a protective holder or wrap it in soft cloth to prevent any further damage. The next step is to get it authenticated and graded by a reputable coin grading service. As mentioned earlier, this will not only confirm that you have a genuine 1982 D copper penny but also determine its grade, which plays a significant role in its value. Once your coin is graded, you can consider selling it at auction, where rare coins often fetch the highest prices. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers are great places to sell high-value coins. In conclusion, the 1982 D Lincoln penny is a fascinating piece of numismatic history and a reminder that valuable treasures can sometimes be hiding in plain sight. If you're a coin collector or just love hunting for rare finds, keep an eye out for this penny in your change. Who knows? You could be sitting on a small fortune. So, what do you think? Do you have a 1982 D penny in your collection? Have you checked to see if it's one of these rare copper versions? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more content on rare coins and collectibles. We're diving deep into a coin that has taken the collector's market by storm, the 1991 D Lincoln penny. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny minted in 1991 at the Denver Mint could be worth as much as $1.6 million. So, grab your coin jars and listen up because you might just have a fortune sitting at home. Now, you might be wondering, how can a regular penny, something we often overlook, be worth such a staggering amount? The answer lies in the world of coin collecting, where rarity, condition, and special characteristics can turn a seemingly ordinary coin into a collector's dream. Today, we'll explore why this 1991 D penny is so valuable and what you need to look for to potentially strike it rich. First, let's take a step back and understand a bit of history about the 1991 D Lincoln penny. This penny was minted at the Denver Mint, which is indicated by the small D mint mark right below the year on the coin. In 1991, millions of these pennies were produced for general circulation, which makes it a common coin in terms of sheer numbers. However, as any seasoned collector will tell you, it's not just about how many were made but what sets a particular coin apart from the rest. So, what makes the 1991 D Lincoln penny so special? The answer lies in certain rare errors and variations that occurred during its production. These errors are what collectors and coin enthusiasts are willing to pay big bucks for. One of the most sought-after variations of the 1991 D penny is a rare mint error known as the double die. This means that during the minting process, the die used to strike the coin made an extra impression, resulting in certain details on the coin appearing doubled. This error can often be spotted in areas like Lincoln's profile, the date, or the inscriptions like, "In God We Trust," or "Liberty." If your penny shows this doubling effect, you might be holding a coin worth a lot more than 1 cent. Another factor that can significantly increase the value of your 1991 D penny is its condition. Collectors use a grading system to determine the quality of a coin, ranging from poor to mint state, MS. If you happen to have a 1991 D Lincoln penny in pristine condition, meaning it looks almost as fresh as the day it was minted, it could be graded as MS 65 or even higher. Coins in such excellent condition are extremely rare because they haven't been exposed to wear and tear over the years. If your penny is graded highly by a professional grading service, its value can skyrocket, potentially reaching that impressive $1.6 million mark. But wait, there's more! There's also a category of 1991 D pennies that are struck on the wrong planchet. A planchet is the blank piece of metal on which a coin design is stamped. If a penny is mistakenly struck on a planchet intended for another coin, like a dime or nickel, it becomes a rare collectible. These errors are exceedingly rare, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for such unique finds. So, how do you know if you have one of these valuable pennies? First, take a good look at your 1991 D Lincoln penny with a magnifying glass. Check for any signs of doubling on the details like Lincoln's face, the date, or the inscriptions. If you spot any unusual markings, it's time to get your coin professionally evaluated. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can authenticate and grade your coin, giving you an accurate idea of its value. Now, let's talk about selling your rare find. If you discover that you have a 1991 D Lincoln penny worth millions, the next step is to reach out to reputable auction houses or coin dealers. Some of the most valuable pennies have been sold at prestigious auctions where collectors are ready to spend big money for a piece of numismatic history. A few years back, similar Lincoln pennies with unique errors fetched record prices, making headlines and turning everyday collectors into overnight millionaires. Before you rush to sell, remember that rarity and condition are everything in the coin world. If your penny has been graded as one of the highest quality examples or features a significant error, it's worth holding onto it, or waiting for the right buyer. Sometimes, patience pays off as the value of rare coins can increase over time, especially if demand among collectors rises. So, there you have it. The 1991 D Lincoln penny might be hiding in your change jar, worth not just 1 cent, but potentially up to $1.6 million. The key to unlocking this treasure is paying attention to those unique characteristics and getting your coin professionally graded. Before you go, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more exciting content on rare coins and valuable collectibles. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and let us know in the comments if you've found any rare coins in your pocket change. Who knows? You might be sitting on a small fortune without even realizing it. We're diving deep into a fascinating topic that's been sparking interest among collectors and treasure hunters alike. That's right, we're talking about the 1970 Lincoln penny, a seemingly ordinary coin that could actually be worth an astounding $1.7 million. Yes, you heard that right. This unassuming penny, if you have the right one, could potentially make you a millionaire. So grab your coin jars and get ready because we're about to explore everything you need to know about this valuable 1970 mint mark Lincoln penny. Let's get started. To understand why this penny is so valuable, we need to go back to its origins. The Lincoln penny, officially known as the Lincoln cent, was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The design was created by Victor David Brenner, and it has remained one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history. The 1970 Lincoln penny was struck at the Denver Mint, which is indicated by the small D mint mark located just below the date on the coin. However, not all 1970 pennies are created equal. The real treasure lies in a very specific and rare variety of this coin that collectors are willing to pay a premium for. Now you might be wondering, what makes this particular 1970 penny worth so much? The answer lies in a rare minting error that makes it highly sought after. This coin is known for a specific variety called the double die error. A double die error occurs when the coin's design is struck twice, resulting in a doubling effect that can be seen on the details of the coin, such as the date, letters, or even Lincoln's profile. This doubling effect is not always obvious to the naked eye, so you may need a magnifying glass to spot it. The most valuable 1970 pennies are those with clear, noticeable doubling on the date and lettering. If you find one of these, you're in luck, as it could be worth a significant amount of money. So how can you tell if you have one of these valuable 1970 pennies? First, grab a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe, as you'll need to examine the details closely. Start by looking at the date, 1970, and the word Liberty on the front of the coin. If you see any signs of doubling, such as overlapping numbers or letters, you might have hit the jackpot. Another area to check is the phrase, "In God We Trust," along the top edge of the coin. If the letters appear to be doubled, that's another good indicator of a double die error. However, be careful not to confuse this with machine doubling, which is much more common and less valuable. True double die errors are a result of a mistake in the die-making process, making them much rarer and more valuable. You might be wondering how a penny could possibly reach such an astronomical value of $1.7 million. The key factors are rarity, condition, and demand. The 1970 double-dyed pennies are extremely rare, with only a handful of them known to exist. This rarity makes them highly desirable among collectors. Additionally, if the coin is in pristine condition, meaning it has minimal wear and maintains a sharp, clear strike, it can significantly increase its value. Coins graded by professional grading services, such as PCGS or NGC, in high grades like MS65 or higher, can fetch top dollar at auctions. In one such auction, a near-perfect 1970 double-die penny sold for a record-breaking $1.7 million, making it one of the most valuable pennies ever sold. While searching for this rare penny, there are a few common mistakes you should be aware of. First, as I mentioned earlier, don't confuse machine doubling with true double-die errors. Machine doubling appears flat and shelf-like, while true double-die errors show clear, separated doubling. Second, be cautious of counterfeit coins. Unfortunately, due to the high value of this penny, there are many fakes out there. Always buy from reputable dealers and consider getting your coin authenticated by a professional grading service if you think you have a rare find. If you're new to coin collecting or just looking to try your luck, here are some tips to get you started. First, check your pocket change. You never know what treasures might be hiding in plain sight. Additionally, visit flea markets, garage sales, and even online marketplaces where you might find old coin collections being sold at bargain prices. Invest in a good magnifying glass and familiarize yourself with common coin errors, as this knowledge can help you spot valuable coins. Lastly, consider joining a coin collecting community or forum where you can learn from experienced collectors and stay updated on the latest finds. So there you have it, the fascinating story of the 1970 Lincoln penny that could be worth $1.7 million. If you're lucky enough to find one of these rare coins, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Remember to check those jars of pennies and keep an eye out for that double die error. It just goes to show that sometimes, the most valuable treasures are hidden in the most unexpected places. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on our latest content. Who knows, the next coin we discuss could be sitting in your pocket right now. We have a very special coin to discuss, and it might just make you a millionaire. We're talking about the 2017 Lincoln penny. Yes, you heard that right, a simple penny that could be worth up to $1.8 million. So, make sure you watch this video until the end because you won't want to miss out on any of the details. Let's dive right into the story behind this incredible coin. The 2017 Lincoln penny is a unique coin for several reasons, and it has become a favorite among collectors and enthusiasts. But what makes this penny so special? And why are some of them fetching up to $1.8 million in the market? Let's find out. First, let's start with a bit of background. The Lincoln penny has been in circulation since 1909, when it was first introduced to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Over the years, the design of the penny has undergone various changes, but one thing that has remained constant is its popularity among collectors. Now, let's fast forward to the year 2017. This was a significant year for the Lincoln penny because it marked the very first time that a P mint mark was added to the coin. For those who may not know, the P mint mark indicates that the coin was minted in Philadelphia. Prior to 2017, pennies produced at the Philadelphia Mint did not have any mint mark at all, which made the addition of the P mint mark a big deal. The reason behind adding the P mint mark in 2017 was to commemorate the 225th anniversary of the United States Mint. It was a one-time decision, making the 2017 P penny a special and unique coin. This change was not announced ahead of time, so when these pennies started appearing in circulation, they caught everyone by surprise. As a result, they became an instant hit among collectors and enthusiasts. Now, you might be wondering, what makes some of these 2017 Lincoln pennies so valuable? After all, millions of these coins were produced. The key to their value lies in a few special factors that we'll break down for you. First, as with most valuable coins, condition is everything. The 2017 pennies that are fetching high prices are typically in uncirculated or mint condition. If you have one of these pennies that looks brand new with no scratches, wear, or damage, then you could be holding on to a small fortune. Next, let's talk about error coins. Yes, even the 2017 Lincoln penny has its share of rare errors, and these errors are what really drive up the value. Some of the errors include doubled dies, off-center strikes, and other unusual minting mistakes. If you're lucky enough to find a 2017 penny with a significant error, you could be looking at a coin worth thousands, or even millions, of dollars. One particular error to watch out for is the double die obverse. This means that the design on the front of the coin appears to be duplicated or doubled. This error can be subtle, so you'll need a magnifying glass or a coin loop to examine your penny closely. If you spot any doubling in the text like, "In God We Trust," or "Liberty," then you might have a very rare and valuable coin in your possession. But even without errors, some 2017 Lincoln pennies are fetching high prices just because of their significance as the first ever penny to feature the Philadelphia P mint mark. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for coins that are in pristine, uncirculated condition. Now, let's get to the part you've all been waiting for. How much is this coin really worth? While most 2017 Lincoln pennies are worth their face value of 1 cent, some rare examples in mint condition and with significant errors have been known to sell for thousands of dollars at auctions. The most sought-after examples can even fetch prices as high as $1.8 million. That's right. There are reports of certain ultra-rare 2017 Lincoln pennies being valued in the $1 million range, especially if they have unique and significant errors. So, what should you do if you find a 2017p penny in your pocket change? First, don't spend it. Set it aside and examine it carefully under good lighting. Check for any unusual features, errors, or doubling on the design. If it looks perfect, with no signs of wear, then you might have a coin worth holding on to. If you think you've found a rare 2017p Lincoln penny, consider getting it professionally graded. Coin grading companies can evaluate the condition of your penny and certify its authenticity. A high grade from a reputable grading service can significantly increase the value of your coin. To wrap up, the 2017p Lincoln penny is a remarkable coin with a lot of potential value. Whether it's due to its unique history as the first penny with a P mint mark or because of rare minting errors, this coin has caught the attention of collectors all over the world. If you're lucky enough to come across one in mint condition, you could be sitting on a fortune. So, the next time you receive change from a store, take a moment to look through those pennies. You never know, you might just find a 2017p Lincoln penny that's worth a lot more than just 1 cent. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting coin discoveries. We have an exciting topic that could make you look twice at your pocket change. We're talking about the 1964 D mint mark Lincoln penny, a coin that many collectors and enthusiasts are on the hunt for. Believe it or not, some of these pennies are worth up to $1 million in the market today. So, if you have a 1964 D penny lying around, you might want to grab it and take a closer look. Let's dive into what makes this coin so special and why it's worth so much money. Before we get into the value of the 1964 D mint mark Lincoln penny, let's talk a bit about its history. The Lincoln penny, designed by Victor David Brenner, was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a president's likeness. Over the years, the design of the Lincoln penny has remained relatively unchanged, but there have been some modifications, especially when it comes to the mint mark and composition. In 1964, the United States Mint produced millions of pennies in both Philadelphia and Denver. The Denver Mint pennies are marked with a small D below the date, while the Philadelphia pennies have no mint mark. During this time, the U.S. Mint was under significant pressure due to a coin shortage. This led to the production of millions of pennies, making the 1964 D penny one of the most widely circulated coins. However, some of these pennies turned out to be extremely valuable due to a few unique factors. You might be wondering, what exactly makes the 1964 D Lincoln penny worth so much? After all, these pennies are quite common, and you can find them in pocket change or even in old piggy banks. Well, the value of these pennies comes down to a few key factors: rarity, errors, and condition. Firstly, while millions of these pennies were produced, certain variations of the 1964 D penny are incredibly rare. Some of these rare pennies have minting errors, such as double dies, off-center strikes, or die cracks. These errors were not intentional but happened during the minting process. Coins with these errors are often highly sought after by collectors because they are unique and rare. Secondly, the condition of the coin plays a major role in its value. Coins that have been well preserved with minimal wear are graded higher and can fetch a lot more money. If your 1964 D penny is in mint condition, it could be worth thousands, if not millions, of dollars, especially if it has a rare error. Now that we've covered why the 1964 D penny can be so valuable, let's talk about how you can identify one that might be worth big money. The first thing you want to look for is the mint mark. The D mint mark is located just below the year 1964 on the front side of the coin. Make sure you have the right mint mark before moving on to other identifying features. Next, examine the coin closely for any errors. Use a magnifying glass if you have one to check for things like doubling on the date or lettering, off-center strikes, or any unusual marks that may have been caused during the minting process. Even a small error can significantly increase the value of the coin. Condition is another critical factor. If your 1964 D penny looks almost brand new with sharp details and no signs of wear, it could be graded as mint state, which is the highest grade a coin can receive. Coins in mint state condition are worth much more than those that have been heavily circulated. You might be wondering, has anyone ever sold a 1964 penny for $1 million? The answer is yes. There have been instances where rare 1964 pennies with unique errors and in exceptional condition have been sold at auction for incredibly high prices. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for coins that are rare, in excellent condition, and have historical significance. In recent years, a few of these pennies have sold for over $1 million, especially those with unique double die errors or other rare minting anomalies. This has sparked a lot of interest among coin collectors and enthusiasts who are now on the lookout for these hidden treasures. If you think you might have a valuable 1964 penny, the best thing you can do is get it professionally graded. A reputable coin grading service like PCGS or NGC can examine your coin and give it an official grade. This not only helps confirm its value but also makes it easier to sell to collectors. A higher grade can mean a huge difference in value, potentially turning a few cents into thousands or even millions of dollars. Before sending your coin off for grading, make sure you handle it carefully. Use gloves to avoid getting fingerprints on the surface, and store it in a protective coin holder to prevent any damage. Once graded, you'll have a much clearer idea of its worth. The 1964 Lincoln penny is proof that even a common coin can turn into a valuable treasure if it has the right characteristics. Whether it's due to a rare minting error or being in pristine condition, these pennies have the potential to fetch big money in today's market. So next time you're sorting through your spare change, take a closer look. You might just find a penny that could change your life. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends who might have old pennies lying around. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting content on valuable coins and collectibles. We have something truly special to talk about, the 1970 Lincoln penny. You may think a penny is just a penny, but there are certain rare coins out there that are worth far more than their face value. And this particular penny? Well, it could be worth up to $1.1 million. Let's dive into why this coin is so valuable and how you can spot one in your collection. In the world of numismatics, it's always exciting when a coin's rarity, history, and condition combine to create something incredibly valuable. The 1970 Lincoln penny is one of those coins. But before we jump into its worth, let's first understand what makes this penny stand out from the crowd. The 1970 penny was minted at the Denver Mint, and its most remarkable feature is the D mint mark, the small letter D that indicates it was struck in Denver. At first glance, it looks like just another regular Lincoln penny, but the key to its value lies in its rarity and its connection to an era that makes it a true gem. So, what's so special about the 1970? The short answer is the mintage. The coin itself is a product of a time in history when production numbers were high, but there's something about the 1970 that caused it to stand out for collectors. The 1970 penny saw a much smaller number of coins surviving in excellent condition. Many of these coins were released into circulation, but over time, they've been damaged, worn out, or lost. What's left is a much smaller pool of high-quality examples that are extremely valuable today. But here's where it gets even more interesting. The true value of the 1970 penny is tied to a minting error asterisk that occurred during production. Some 1970 pennies were struck with a slight overpolishing error. This means that part of the design, like the date, or even the details of Abraham Lincoln's portrait, appears a little too faint, making these coins highly collectible. The 1970 penny with this type of error is what collectors are after. If you can find one of these pennies in mint condition, it could fetch up to $1.1 million at auction. That's not a typo, we're talking about a coin worth a staggering amount of money. But not every 1970 penny is going to be worth that kind of money. To unlock the full potential of this coin, it needs to be in pristine, uncirculated condition. The most valuable coins are those that have never been handled too much, kept in pristine storage, and show minimal signs of wear. Coins in mint state can skyrocket in value, making even a modest collection a possible goldmine. So, how can you spot a 1970 penny that could be worth $1.1 million? It all comes down to a few key details. First, look at the mint mark. The D should be clear and distinct. Next, check the overall condition. Is the penny shiny and new, or does it look worn out? Lastly, closely examine the date and portrait for any signs of overpolishing or faint details. If you think you have one of these rare pennies, it's essential to keep it safe. Consider placing it in a coin holder to preserve its condition and avoid any potential damage. Remember, the better the condition, the more valuable the coin becomes. The 1970 D Lincoln penny is not just a piece of history, it's a treasure. And in the world of rare coins, sometimes the smallest mistakes or differences in design can make all the difference. Coins like these remind us that there's still a lot to discover, even in our own pockets. It's amazing how something as small as a penny can hold such great value. And who knows? The next time you check your pocket change, you might just find a 1970 D Lincoln penny that could make you a millionaire. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more rare coin discoveries. And make sure to share this video with your fellow coin collectors. You never know who might be sitting on a fortune. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting! We're diving into a topic that could change the way you look at your pocket change forever: the 1980 no mint mark Lincoln penny. You might be thinking, it's just a regular penny, right? Well, think again, because this specific penny could be worth up to $1.20 million. Yes, you heard that right. A penny worth a small fortune. Stay tuned as we break down why this particular coin is so valuable, and how you can spot it in your collection, or even in your change. Let's get started. The 1980 no mint mark Lincoln penny is one of those rare coins that many collectors dream of finding. The Lincoln penny itself, which was first minted in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln, has been a staple of American currency for over a century. However, not all Lincoln pennies are created equal. Most of the pennies from the 1980s are common, and you'll find them everywhere. But the 1980 penny without a mint mark is a standout. Why? Because during this time, most pennies were minted in either Philadelphia or Denver, and they typically carry a DE mint mark if they were produced in Denver. However, this particular year, there's a small group of pennies with no mint mark, which were minted in Philadelphia. But it's not just any 1980 penny that's worth a fortune. Only certain pennies that have specific characteristics, such as a rare error or unique condition, can fetch these incredible prices. We'll get into those details shortly. So, what exactly makes this penny worth up to $1.2 million? Well, it's all about the condition, rarity, and demand. One of the primary reasons the 1980 no mint mark penny can be worth such a high price is because of rare minting errors. These errors can include things like off-center strikes, double die errors, or even unusual die clashes. These types of errors make the coin stand out as a unique, one-of-a-kind piece. The condition of the coin is another crucial factor. Coins in excellent condition, especially those with no visible wear or damage, are far more valuable. The higher the grade, the more money you can expect to get for your 1980 no mint mark penny. In fact, certain pennies in mint condition have sold for several $100,000, and in some cases, even more. As with any collectible, rarity plays a huge role in determining its value. While many 1980 pennies were produced, the number of no mint mark versions is limited. This, combined with the high demand among collectors, drives up the value significantly. Now that we know why this penny is valuable, let's talk about how to identify if you have one of these hidden treasures. The first thing to check is the absence of a mint mark. If you have a 1980 penny and there's no D or S mark on the reverse side under the date, it could be from the Philadelphia Mint, which is the only place it could have been struck without a mint mark. Check for any unusual features or minting errors. The most sought-after 1980 pennies are those that have significant errors, such as double strikes, die cracks, or other anomalies. For example, a double die error can cause the date or other features of the coin to appear doubled, making it much more valuable. The better the condition of the coin, the more it's worth. Coins with minimal wear and tear and little to no discoloration are more valuable. If your penny looks like it's just been pulled from the mint with no signs of wear, you could be looking at a small fortune. If you think your 1980 no-mint-mark penny might be valuable, the best way to know for sure is to have it professionally graded by a reputable coin grading service like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. These services can give your penny an official grade, and if it's in mint condition, you may be sitting on a gold mine. Let's take a look at some real-life examples where 1980 no-mint-mark Lincoln pennies have fetched incredible prices. One of the most notable sales was a 1980 no-mint-mark penny with a double die error that sold for a staggering $1.2 million. This penny was in exceptional condition, and its unique minting error made it a rare and highly sought-after piece among collectors. It proves that even a coin as humble as a penny can be worth millions if it has the right characteristics. There are also examples of 1980 no-mint-mark pennies with other types of minting errors, such as off-center strikes or die cracks, which have sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars. These errors make the coin a rare collectible, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for them. If you think you have a valuable 1980 no-mint-mark Lincoln penny, you might be wondering how and where to sell it. The best places to sell rare coins include reputable coin dealers, online marketplaces like eBay, or auction houses that specialize in rare and collectible coins. It's important to do your research and get multiple offers to ensure you're getting the best price for your coin. If you're unsure of its value, a professional appraisal can help you determine its worth before selling it. There you have it. The 1980 no-mint-mark Lincoln penny is one of those hidden treasures that could be worth a fortune if you know what to look for. Whether you find one in your change or stumble upon one in your collection, it's always exciting to uncover a coin with such incredible potential. If you think you have a valuable 1980 no-mint-mark penny, make sure to examine it closely, get it graded, and consider reaching out to a professional dealer or auction house. Who knows, you could be holding the next $1 million penny. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with fellow coin collectors. We're diving deep into one of the most sought-after pennies in the world, the 1986 no-mint-mark Lincoln penny, a coin that's worth up to $1.3 million in the market. That's right, a simple penny, but with a story that could make you a millionaire. Now you might be thinking, a penny from 1986? Worth $1 million? That sounds too good to be true. But let me tell you, this coin has a history that sets it apart from the thousands of other pennies minted that year. It's not just about rarity, it's about the uniqueness of this specific penny. First, let's talk about the basics. In 1986, most of the pennies you'll come across have a D mint mark, indicating they were produced at the Denver Mint. However, some of these pennies don't have any mint mark at all. These are the no mint mark pennies, and that's where the mystery begins. During regular production, the U.S. Mint made a small error in the stamping process, resulting in a small number of pennies being released with no mint mark, despite being struck at the Denver Mint. This small mistake led to a rare variety of coins that's not just a collector's item but a true treasure for those who can find it. So, why is this particular 1986 no mint mark penny worth up to $1.3 million? Well, there are a few factors. First, only a few of these pennies were ever minted. While the exact number of no mint mark pennies is unclear, estimates suggest there were just a handful in circulation. The combination of scarcity, historical error, and collector demand drives the value of these pennies to extraordinary levels. Now, if you're wondering how to spot one of these rare pennies, here's what to look for. Check the obverse side of the coin, the side with Abraham Lincoln's profile. It should have no mint mark under the date, just like the regular 1986 pennies produced in Philadelphia. This tiny difference is all it takes to turn a 1-cent coin into a fortune. But finding a 1986 no mint mark penny isn't easy. Most of these coins have already been snatched up by collectors or investors, and they're rarely found in circulation today. However, that doesn't mean you won't find one in your spare change or through a coin roll search. Keep your eyes peeled. When these rare pennies do come up for sale, they often fetch enormous prices at auctions. Some have even been sold for over $1 million. The rarity, historical significance, and demand for these coins only continue to grow. One of the most famous sales occurred when a well-preserved 1986 no-mint-mark penny was auctioned off for a staggering $1.3 million. The coin's pristine condition and its rarity made it a must-have for serious collectors. So, how can you find one of these rare pennies? The first step is to search through your spare change, especially if you've kept old pennies lying around. Check the date carefully, and remember, the key feature is the absence of the mint mark. Don't forget to inspect the condition of the coin too. The better the condition, the higher the potential value. In the world of coin collecting, finding a rare and valuable penny like the 1986 no-mint-mark Lincoln penny is a dream come true. With its value reaching as high as $1.3 million, this coin has earned its place as one of the most coveted treasures for collectors worldwide. Now that you know what to look for, it's time to go out and start searching. Who knows? The next 1986 no-mint-mark penny could be sitting in your pocket right now, ready to make you a millionaire. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more tips and stories about rare and valuable coins. We're diving into a coin that could potentially make you a millionaire, the 2016 no-mint-mark Lincoln penny. That's right, this small piece of copper could be worth up to $1.4 million. Stick around as we explore why this seemingly ordinary penny is so special, how to identify it, and where you might find one. Let's get started. At first glance, the 2016 Lincoln penny may look just like any other penny in circulation, but it's actually a rare and valuable coin that has caught the attention of serious collectors. You may be wondering, why is a 2016 penny worth such a large sum? Well, the answer lies in its rarity and the errors that can make these pennies stand out. In 2016, most Lincoln pennies were minted with a D mint mark, indicating they were produced at the Denver Mint. However, the 2016 no mint mark penny is a unique error coin. Typically, the mint mark on coins is struck into the die before the coins are minted. But for a small batch of these pennies, something went wrong, and the mint mark was either not added or missed during the production process. This minting error makes the 2016 no-mint-mark Lincoln penny a highly sought-after coin. Collectors prize error coins for their rarity and the mystery behind how they were produced, which increases their value significantly. Now, you might be thinking, how do I know if I have one of these rare coins? Identifying the 2016 no-mint-mark Lincoln penny is quite easy once you know what to look for. The first thing you'll want to check is the date on the coin. It should say 2016, as this is the year the error coins were produced. The most crucial feature is the absence of the mint mark. Normally, you'd see a D on the reverse side of the penny, under the word E pluribus unum. If your penny has no mint mark, it could be worth thousands, if not millions, depending on its condition. Like all coins, the condition of your penny plays a major role in its value. The higher the quality, the more it's worth. Coins in mint or near mint condition can fetch the highest prices. So, why is this penny worth so much? The 2016 no mint mark penny is extremely rare. Only a handful of these coins were made, and because they were accidentally released into circulation, very few have survived in good condition. This makes them incredibly valuable to collectors. The value of these error pennies varies depending on their condition and the current demand in the coin market. However, a 2016 no-mint-mark penny in mint condition can be worth anywhere from several $1,000s to a whopping $1.4 million at auction. The coin's rarity, historical significance, and the fascination collectors have with minting errors all contribute to its high value. If you're lucky enough to have one of these rare pennies, you might be wondering how to sell it for top dollar. Before selling, it's a good idea to have your penny professionally appraised. A certified numismatist can assess the condition and authenticity of your coin. Look for well-established coin dealers who specialize in rare coins and have experience dealing with error coins. These dealers can help you find the right buyer. If your penny is in excellent condition, you may want to consider auctioning it at a reputable coin auction house. High-demand coins like this can fetch incredible prices when there's competition between collectors. While the 2016 no-mint-mark Lincoln penny is one of the rarest and most valuable modern coins, it's far from the only penny that could make you a fortune. The 1970s Lincoln penny with the rare, doubled die era. The 1992 close AM penny, where the letters AM, in America, are close together. The 1983 copper penny, a rare error where some pennies were mistakenly struck with copper instead of zinc. So, there you have it. The 2016 no mint mark Lincoln penny. A small but mighty coin that could change your life if you find one in your pocket change. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just starting to learn about rare coins, this penny is a reminder that valuable treasures can come in the smallest and most unexpected forms. If you think you might have a 2016 no mint mark Lincoln penny or any other rare coins, don't let them sit around unnoticed. Get them checked out, and who knows, you could be sitting on a fortune. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on more coin discoveries that could make you rich. Happy hunting, and I'll see you in the next video. We're diving deep into one of the most exciting topics in the world of coin collecting, the 1987 no mint mark Lincoln penny. You might think that pennies are just pennies, but what if I told you that some of these small copper coins could be worth as much as $1.5 million? Stick around, because we're about to explore how a regular 1987 penny can turn into a fortune. Let's start with a little history. In 1987, the U.S. Mint produced Lincoln pennies, but here's where it gets interesting. The 1987 pennies with no mint mark are some of the rarest and most valuable coins around. Normally, pennies made in Philadelphia have no mint mark, but this particular issue is special. Most of the 1987 pennies that were struck have the standard D mint mark, indicating they were minted in Denver. However, a small number of pennies were struck without any mint mark at all, making them highly sought after by collectors and numismatists alike. Now, what makes these coins so valuable? It all comes down to rarity and demand. Due to an error in the minting process, only a handful of these no mint mark pennies exist today, and this scarcity has made them extremely valuable on the market. So, how can you tell if you have one of these rare pennies in your collection? It's easy to miss, especially because 1987 pennies are still relatively common in circulation. But to identify the no mint mark variety, you need to carefully inspect the coin. Look for the absence of any mint mark under the date. If you see a plain, unmarked coin from 1987, congratulations, you might be holding a hidden gem. However, just having a 1987 penny with no mint mark doesn't automatically mean it's worth $1.5 million. The coin's condition plays a huge role in its value. Coins in mint or near mint condition fetch the highest prices, so you'll want to ensure your coin has minimal wear and tear. Now, let's get to the good stuff, the value. The 1987 no mint mark Lincoln penny in uncirculated or mint condition has been known to sell for incredible amounts. While most 1987 pennies are worth only 1 cent, a no mint mark variety in pristine condition can fetch anywhere from a few $100s to a staggering $1.5 million at auction. That's right, $1.5 million. So, how does a coin go from being worth a penny to being valued at such an astronomical price? The answer lies in the rarity, the condition of the coin, and the demand from collectors. As I mentioned earlier, these no mint mark pennies are extremely rare, and collectors will pay a premium to get their hands on one. A coin in perfect condition could be graded by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, with a high grade, which further boosts its market value. So, you think you might have one of these rare pennies in your collection? Here's how you can get it appraised and possibly sell it for top dollar. First, have the coin professionally graded. This will give you an accurate idea of its condition, which is crucial to determining its value. If your coin is graded at a high level, say MS67 or higher, it's worth significantly more. Next, take the coin to a reputable auction house or coin dealer who specializes in rare and valuable coins. Auctions like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers Galleries are known for handling high-value coins and have a network of collectors willing to pay top prices. Online marketplaces like eBay can also be a great place to sell, but you'll want to make sure you're listing it with the right description and high-quality photos to attract serious buyers. While the 1987 no mint mark penny is certainly a star of today's video, there are other rare Lincoln pennies that can also be worth big money. If you're into coin collecting, make sure to keep an eye out for other era coins, rare mintages, and high-condition pennies from various years. A 1943 copper penny, for example, has been known to sell for millions of dollars, and there are plenty of other rare Lincoln pennies that could be hiding in your pocket change. So, if you've got a 1987 no mint mark Lincoln penny lying around, it might just be your ticket to a life-changing amount of money. With their rarity, high demand, and potential for big payouts, these coins are truly the holy grail for collectors. Remember, it's all about finding the right condition, getting it professionally graded, and connecting with the right buyers. Thanks for watching today's video. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare pennies, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more content on valuable coins. We'll be diving deep into the world of the 1962 Lincoln penny, a coin that, surprisingly, could be worth up to $1.6 million. Yes, you heard that right. A simple penny, one of the most common coins in circulation, could potentially make you a fortune. So, let's explore why this coin is so valuable and what you need to look for if you want to cash in on this hidden treasure. The 1962 Lincoln penny was minted during a time when the United States was in the midst of significant economic growth. These pennies were produced at the Denver Mint, indicated by the D mint mark located on the obverse side of the coin. At first glance, the 1962 penny may seem like just another standard copper penny. However, when it comes to rare coins, it's often the details that matter the most. And this is where the story gets interesting. The value of the 1962 Lincoln penny skyrocketed because of a combination of rare features and historical context. Most of these pennies were minted in large numbers, so you might think they're not worth much. However, there are certain characteristics that can make one of these pennies extraordinarily valuable. One key factor is the condition of the coin. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition can be worth far more than those with wear and tear. The higher the grade, the more it can be worth. For example, a 1962 penny in perfect condition could fetch a significant price at auction. A coin in mint state could be worth anywhere from a few $100s to thousands, depending on its preservation. The real excitement for collectors comes with the discovery of the 1962 penny with a specific die variety. A very small number of these pennies were struck with a double die error, meaning the image of Lincoln's face and other features appear more than once on the coin. This error is incredibly rare, and it's what has caused the 1962 penny to reach values up to $1.60 million. A double die penny is a result of a mistake made during the minting process, where the die that strikes the coin is misaligned, leading to a doubling effect. For the 1962 these errors are exceptionally hard to spot, but they can be identified by looking closely at the details. Most notably, the doubling will be visible on the date and on Lincoln's profile. If you find one of these, it could mean a huge payout. As mentioned, the most valuable 1962 pennies have a double die error. Check the date and Lincoln's portrait closely for any signs of doubling. A penny that has been preserved in great condition will be worth more. Look for coins that show little to no signs of wear and tear. The more details are visible, the more valuable the penny could be. Ensure that the coin has the D mint mark on the reverse, which identifies it as a Denver minted penny. This is essential in distinguishing it from other years. If you suspect that you have a 1962 penny that could be worth something, the best course of action is to take it to a professional numismatist or coin dealer for verification. They can provide an accurate assessment of its value. The fact that a 1962 penny could be worth $1.6 million doesn't just come down to the rarity of the double die error. It also speaks to the growing interest in coin collecting, and the way some mistakes from the US Mint can lead to coins becoming extremely valuable. As time goes on, fewer and fewer of these rare pennies are in circulation, especially in uncirculated or mint condition. With fewer coins available, the demand continues to rise, pushing the value of these pennies higher and higher. For collectors, The 1962 D. Lincoln penny is a piece of American history and an example of how even the most common coins can turn into extraordinary treasures. If you believe you've found a 1962 D penny worth a small fortune, you may want to sell it. The first step is to have it graded by a reputable service like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. These organizations will assess the coin's authenticity, grade, and value. Once graded, you can either sell it privately or through an auction house. Major auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers have sold rare coins for millions of dollars, so you might want to consider going this route if your penny is truly valuable. The sale of rare coins often attracts collectors from all over the world, increasing the likelihood of a high sale price. The 1962 D. Lincoln penny may seem like just another coin, but for the lucky collector who finds the right variety or one in mint condition, it can be worth a small fortune. Whether you're searching through pocket change or looking to add to your collection, keep an eye out for these rare pennies. You might just find yourself holding a coin worth more than you ever imagined. Thank you for watching today's video on the 1962 D. Lincoln penny. If you found this information valuable, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our Big Coins dealer for more exciting coin-related content. We're talking about one of the most exciting finds in the world of rare coins, the 1994 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. This small, unassuming coin has been known to fetch staggering amounts at auction, and we're going to break down why it's so valuable and how you can spot one in your collection. First, let's talk about the basics of the 1994 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. As you probably know, most modern pennies have a mint mark on the reverse side, right under the date, indicating where they were minted. However, the 1994 no-mint mark Lincoln penny has a special significance, because, in 1994, certain pennies were mistakenly produced without a mint mark, making them incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors. Now you might be wondering, what's the big deal about a missing mint mark? Well, the value of a coin like this doesn't just come from the error itself, it's about the rarity. In 1994, most pennies were minted in either Denver or Philadelphia, and the mint mark is an identifier of that. But for a brief period, a small number of pennies were released without a mint mark. This error makes the coin far rarer than the regular 1994 pennies, which significantly boosts its value. So, how much is this penny actually worth? While most 1994 no-mint mark pennies might still only be worth their face value of 1 cent, the truly rare and well-preserved specimens can command a jaw-dropping price. In fact, a 1994 no-mint mark penny in pristine condition, especially one with any unique attributes like misprints or unusual toning, can sell for up to $1.7 million. Yes, you heard that right. $1.7 million for a coin that was originally worth just 1 cent. Coins like these are incredibly valuable to collectors because they represent a rare error in the minting process. And as you know, collectors are always on the lookout for these types of anomalies. So, if you happen to stumble upon a 1994 penny without a mint mark, it could be your ticket to instant wealth. But how can you tell if your 1994 penny is the real deal? The first thing to check is the date and the absence of a mint mark. If you have a 1994 penny and there's no D or S under the date, that's the first sign of rarity. But that's not enough. You also want to make sure your penny is in great condition. Coins with high grades, especially those rated MS67 or higher by professional grading services, have the best chance of fetching top dollar. Look closely for any imperfections, such as scratches, discoloration, or signs of wear. The more pristine your coin is, the higher its value. If your penny is in mint condition, it could be worth far more than a typical 1994 penny. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect. If you have a 1994 no-mint mark penny that grades near perfect or even higher, then you're looking at a coin that could be worth hundreds of thousands, or even millions of dollars at auction. The higher the grade, the rarer and more valuable the coin. Before you start selling your pennies, though, it's important to have them authenticated and graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. These grading companies are experts in identifying and valuing rare coins, and having an official grade can significantly increase your coin's value when it comes time to sell. Once your coin has been authenticated and graded, you'll want to explore auction houses and specialized rare coin dealers who deal with high-value items. These professionals can help connect you with the right buyers who will pay top dollar for your 1994 no-mint-mark Lincoln penny. So, if you've got a 1994 penny sitting in your change jar, take a closer look. It might just be worth far more than you think. With some luck and a little research, you could be the next lucky person to discover a coin worth $1.7 million. Thanks for watching today's video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below if you've ever found a rare penny or if you have any questions about rare coins. We've got an exciting topic that might just make you check your pocket change with a little more attention: the 1984 Lincoln penny. This unassuming little coin might just be sitting in your collection, worth a jaw-dropping $1.9 million. Yes, you heard that right, $1.9 million. But what makes this particular penny so special, and how can you tell if you've got one of these rare, valuable coins? Stick with us as we break down everything you need to know about this incredible find. Let's first talk about the basics. The 1984 Lincoln penny was minted at the Denver Mint, and like most pennies from this era, it has the familiar image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. The reverse of the coin shows the iconic Lincoln Memorial, a design that has been in use on the penny since 1959. But here's the catch: while most of these coins are worth just 1 cent, a select few have a rare variety that can make them worth millions of dollars. So, what makes this coin so special? It all comes down to a very specific type of error. A rare, but significant mistake during the minting process resulted in a limited number of 1984 pennies being struck with a unique flaw. These pennies were improperly made, often with irregularities in the minting die, creating distinctive characteristics that set them apart from the typical 1984 penny. As a result, these coins became highly sought after by collectors who are looking for those hidden gems with significant value. The specific error you're looking for is typically a double die variety. On these rare 1984 coins, you'll see a noticeable doubling of the numbers and letters on the coin, particularly the Liberty and "In God We Trust" inscriptions. These double die errors happen when the die that strikes the coin is misaligned during the minting process, causing certain areas of the design to be stamped twice, resulting in a faint but visible doubling effect. This is one of the key features that make these pennies so valuable. Now, if you're lucky enough to find one of these coins in your collection or pocket change, what should you do next? First and foremost, you want to ensure that the coin is in good condition. The more well-preserved the coin is, the more valuable it becomes. A high-grade, well-circulated 1984 double-die Lincoln penny could fetch anywhere from several $100s to a few $1,000s. But when you find one in pristine condition, even better. The ones that have been graded by professionals and are in excellent condition can easily be worth close to $1 million or more. So, how do you know if your 1984 penny is worth the big bucks? First, carefully examine the coin under a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Look closely at the Liberty and "In God We Trust" inscriptions for signs of doubling. If you see a clear and noticeable doubling, it could be the key to a rare and valuable coin. Next, check the overall condition of the coin. Coins that have been well preserved with minimal wear and tear will always be more valuable than those that have been heavily circulated or damaged. If you suspect you've found one of these rare coins, the next step is to get it professionally graded. A certified grading service like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, will assess the coin's quality, authenticity, and condition. Grading can significantly increase the value of the coin because collectors and investors will often pay a premium for coins that have been verified and graded by an expert. When it comes to the 1984 Lincoln penny, the highest grade you could hope for is a Proof 70, or MS 67, or higher for uncirculated coins. Coins that score this high are typically the ones that command the highest prices on the market, and in the case of the 1984 penny, these can be worth up to $1.9 million in the right circumstances. Now, Let's talk about why this penny can go for such a staggering price. It's all about rarity and demand. There are very few of these era coins in circulation, and even fewer in pristine condition. With collectors always looking for unique and rare items to add to their collections, the value of these coins has only increased over the years. The 1984D double die penny is one of the holy grails for serious collectors, and that's why the price can soar to such incredible heights. So, if you have a 1984D penny, it's time to get out your magnifying glass and start inspecting it closely. Whether you find a double die variety or a regular 1984D penny, you could still have a valuable coin in your hands, especially if it's in good condition. And remember, while most of these pennies are worth just 1 cent, the few that carry this rare era can make you a small fortune. That's all for today's deep dive into the incredible 1984D Lincoln penny. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more exciting updates on rare coins worth big money. Don't forget to check your pocket change. You never know what might be sitting right under your nose, ready to make you a millionaire.